Hey guys, Cam from Roadrunner Off-Road. We're out here today with Pedro the Jimny. Has been a little while since we've had the last update of the video. This video we're going to go through the electrical system and the winch because we're just about to land our first batch of the King Cobras, which this is the prototype in this car, so we thought great opportunity to have that out there. So let's get stuck into it. We'll run through how we managed to squeeze 24 volts and a charging system and an ARB compressor and keep the original 12 volt battery and all that into this tiny car. And then we'll finish up giving you a run through on the winch as well. So come along, let's have a look. So basically what we did on this, come in nice and close, Colin. So if you've seen a Jimny before, this is the factory battery location for the Jimny. It normally has its normal 12 volt battery in here that's a little bit smaller than this one. So we used that position to run one of our full river batteries, and then we used a road safe auxiliary battery tray. We've used this for another full river battery here, and then we're running a BCDC 2420, which is the Red Arc waterproof 12 to 24 volt charger. So it charges the 24 volt system at 20 amps, which is not a whole lot, but the batteries are relatively small. The winching demands are relatively light, being such a light car, so we think that'll cover it. And that's how we got the 24 volt system in there. We're also running a Albright DC 1066 isolator solenoid, which allows us to cut the 24 volt off to the front of the car when we're not using it. And it's all wired in here with 90 square mil cable throughout the car, so we can feed the aux motor via the big DC 182 Albright solenoid on the front. I'll talk about the winch more later. So obviously we were left with a problem once we'd achieved that, is we still need to run a 12 volt battery to keep the car going. And we also needed to mount the ARB air compressor somewhere. Tucked under the passenger seat, we've got an ARB single piston brushless compressor. Gives us our 2 locker activation solenoids as well as an extra solenoid for the air free spool on the winch. And we also run a constant airline feed up to the front for the air brake. Sorry about this, one's got 3/4 of Cobra on it after our little expedition to Cliffhanger. So that's under the passenger seat. And then neatly tucked underneath the driver's seat, we've got another full river 12 volt battery AGM, so it's mounted on its side and it is sealed. And that runs power out to the compressor. It also has a circuit breaker there that runs power out to the rest of the car, all via 35 square mil cable with the highest current draw being the starter motor. And that gives us a really nice, neat little battery mounting underneath the driver's seat. So that's how we've fit the 12 volt and the 24 volt batteries in the car. We've had some nice neat switches there for our lockers, and we also laser etched a couple of switches for our winch isolator and front diff lock because the other switch hit itself. So we've got switches here for our 12 volt isolator and our free spool there. So with the free spool locked in, give it a pull and winch it in. Stops when you're done on the air brake, no run on. Tap it in, easy pack up. And that's not the fastest one, there's one faster than that. So that's it on 24 volt. Now, I know everyone's gonna go, yeah, but what does it look like on the load? So we're in swamp country here, and we're about probably 45 minutes from the nearest hill. So because of amazing technology, you can still hear me, and Colin doesn't know what I'm saying about him, which is funny. There is a car coming too, but anyway, we'll give it a winch. This loves it. Probably not good for it. But hey, under load, no problem. Can drag the Jimny around easy. Oh yeah, boy.
You literally did sneak.
No doubt. Yeah, so that's as much load as we can induce on a gravel road. In four-wheel drive though, it drags the car like it's kind of not there, as fast at least as like a really spicy low mount, even when it's dragging the full weight of the car on the ground. Let's go in the workshop and pull that winch apart. Righto. Obviously we've pulled apart a lot of the bolts in this to make this video into 1 or 2 minutes instead of 20. But you've got your normal aux motor bus bar cover, the big DC 182 solenoid, and aux motor, so we can take that all off. The aux motors, you loosen your quick release pins and the motor comes off, and you can take that off with a solenoid still attached. That makes that super easy. Then we've got the air brake unit. So this is what transfers the drive from the motor through to the gearbox, and the air brake unit is in here. So it's air released, spring activated, and that's what gives you that overrun control. We'll start with this end first. So this is the free spool activation side. There's normally a spring on here. This air goes in here. This does not rotate, so that's just a fixed fitting. It doesn't need to worry about the old rotating ones that used to get a bit of mud in them and jam up. So that's comes off. Your 2 pins come out that lock that, and this is very similar to the Hornet 2. Your 4 channels there drive on the 4 dowels here, and that's what transfers your drive into the drum itself. Then we spin it round to the exciting end. So this is all billet CNC machine. There's no cast or anything in this. Obviously we've got all the bolts out of this as well. So in here we've got all of your planetary and spur gear stages. So what happens here is we've got a planetary gear that comes straight off the motor here. That gives us the ability to change ratios in a really compact form. So you've got that first planetary stage there. That then drives into this first spur gear here, which drives a second spur gear. This large spur gear at the bottom, the center gear engages in the planetary here, and then that planetary is driven off here and is all part of the main shaft that goes through the winch and drive. So you can see this beautifully CNC machined. This is integral onto the drive shaft itself, the final planetary stage. So this hasn't been done before in a winch that we're aware of, in a 4-wheel drive winch that we're aware of. You've got planetary, spur, spur, planetary. This planetary gives you the flexibility in ratios. This planetary gives you an immense amount of strength driving on this final stage. You've got 4 drive points turning that shaft instead of a single gear in contact. And when these 2 gears mesh, there's always 4 teeth engaged onto 4 of the sun gears in the planetary there. So an immensely strong winch in the high torque end of the winch, immensely strong throughout, but in the high torque end especially, this can take 4 times the load of a traditional full spur gear style. You'll notice no belt, which is awesome, proper free spool, which is even better. You can, after you've bought your winch, if you decide you want to change ratios because you're putting it in a different vehicle or anything like that, we can sell this planetary gear and the first spur stage, so 2 gears, you change those out, put it back together, and you can choose any ratio out of the available ratios. From there, you can remove the drum from the main housing, and you can remove the drum from the end housing. We've got a big drum bearing there and a secondary lip seal to keep the dirt out of those bearings to make them last as long as possible. And then the drum, you can see, all attaches together very similar to the Hornet 2, and no welding, so no distortion in the drum at all. Knurled, so you get that grip on the first layer with your plasma lock, but a beautifully engineered winch all round. This is why we're so excited, because this ticks the boxes that you're looking for in a high performance, high mount winch, where you've got really strong gear train, great selections of ratios, proper free spool, air brake, all in a package that you can just walk in, buy, bolt in your car and go. So this is why we believe this is going to be the next thing in high mounts. And if you're considering buying an 8274 and modifying it, even a second-hand one, add the price up, because actually we'll add the price up here of what it costs to rebuild and get a 8274 up to a similar spec to this by the time you add an aux motor, solenoids, free spool, brake shaft upgrades, air brake, all of that. You're going to be well and truly above the price of a King Cobra off the shelf, full warranty. So there it is, King Cobra, stripped down, everything there for you to have a look at. We're so excited about this, and I'm so in love with the engineering and the quality and the build and the design of this. And I think this is going to be an absolute killer winch, especially for those looking in that modified high performance, high mount market, that we've pulled this thing apart just to show you what's inside. So you can get a really good look at it. We'll do some B-roll here so you can check out some of the cool bits. And yeah, we have these landing in the next couple of days, so get on it. We've got the second shipments already ordered and getting manufactured now. So if you want to get your name on one of the winches we have landing later this week, or you want to get your name on one of the winches coming in the next, or early in the new year, then give us a shout. Happy to take a deposit, but get on board and get your name on one of these winches, because we know once they land, they're going to move fast if they don't even sell before they turn up.
blood.
Yes. Needs to get out of the way. It's coming. This is great. It's less lifting. That's my kind of thought process. Oh, my fingers are in there. Okay, we've now come off the jack. Yeah, that's not exciting. Once you get it, kind of sitting on there at the moment. Hang on, just support it there for a second.
Okay, see ya. Can I have a mocha chocolate, please?
Okay. Do we need to get more? Yes. That works. So that gives you a full overview of Pedro, the winch, the battery system, the electrical system. If you've got any questions about the setup, feel free to slide into Cohen's DMs. And in the meantime, we'll get filming on the next episode covering suspension, wheels, tyres, slightly cutting the guards, the rear bar and that sort of stuff, and try and get that video up as soon as we can. Cheers, guys.